So Katie was just saying that a strand on our polywire fence over by the gray barn that we're using to keep the dogs in is broken at the top, so we're going to go check it out and see how to repair it. Come on, buddy, let's go.
Can't even keep up with you at turbo speed. It's not a fair race.
No, it's not.
I was like, and they're gone.
Now that I know how to balance on that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is super simple.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were saying that it was this one going that way.
No.
We've turned off the fence, but this is supposed to be a gate.
That's what I was asking. I wasn't sure if that one was supposed to be a gate.
And I just looped it in there kind of like gently.
Oh.
So it wasn't in there very tight.
I see. I wasn't about to test it while it was snapping at me.
Yeah, that's smart. I wonder why maybe it just came loose because I just didn't really do much with it. Yeah. Yeah, it's really not meant to be in there like...
Because you don't want it touching the metal or anything, so...
Right, yeah. So for now, I think what I'm going to do is just tie it in there. Because I still need to come back in here and actually make it a gate.
Yeah.
But for now, that'll
work.
That'll be fine.
That was easier than I was anticipating.
Me too.
Good. I like when that happens. I could just hear it. I was feeding the chickens and I came to check on the sheep as well. And
you could hear it snapping?
I could hear it snapping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was laying right on this leaf right here. And it was just snapping like crazy. And I was also wanting to see my sunflowers. There's 3 about ready to start.
Well, let's go check out the garden. We haven't shown them the garden since we tilled and planted. We have a combination of things right here. We have beans, pole beans. We have a sunflower coming up. We have a pumpkin running through. And then we also have, well, a weed.
A watermelon.
And then watermelon going this way.
Yep. We got all sorts of stuff happening here.
Yeah.
This kind of went crazy. I'm excited to see when beans are starting. I mean, there's little, you can see the little.
Oh yeah.
Got a few. And then it's flowering, so it's getting ready.
Oh, something's eating it.
Yep. Yep. I saw, oh, it's this right here. Is that it? Is that a bug or no, that's the leaf. Oh, what is this?
I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, you can see down in here.
Yep. Wonder if we can spray it with
some neem oil maybe?
Neem oil, yeah.
Yeah, because, oh, here's a little bug on it. I don't know what is that? Oh, it flew away. Huh.
So then we also have sunflowers right here.
Oh, look! There's so many of them. I'm so excited. Look at that one. Oh, I'm so excited.
Is it?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh god!
Katie she tried to step over and she went into a puddle right there and she's wearing her...
The wrong shoes.
Yeah, she's wearing her Crocs and she just wiped it.
Yep, I biffed.
She just hyperextended her knee.
Yep.
And now she's all wet. She's just... Are you alright? Yep. Oh, she's dripping out of her butt.
Yeah, I'm dripping.
Oh, honey.
Ouch.
You got flowers in your hair.
That's a good thing, you know. Oh, those are leaves.
Yeah.
Dead leaves.
Dead leaves.
A little different.
Okay, be careful where you walk.
All right.
It's all very slippery.
On the tarp.
Yes, it's very slippery on the tarp.
It was not slippy over there.
No.
All right.
Okay, so then...
So yeah, I was so excited for my sunflowers. I wanted to come and look at them on the other side.
All these sunflowers here, they're doing pretty good. They're coming up, and then we have one of the sunflowers is being crawled on by a cantaloupe. But you can see the flowers. You can see the flowers of the cantaloupe, and that's what we were hoping for.
Yeah.
It's kind of the Three Sisters type scenario.
Yeah.
And then the rest of this stuff, this is all pumpkin. And we have a couple pumpkins already starting. We have got that one, and then there's a couple little ones that are just starting to form. Pretty cool.
I think I need to go change.
Yeah, you need to go change. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, let me. I was joking, but not joking, that she is very accident prone.
I fall.
Okay. Yesterday, decided to take a break from building the 2-panel hoop coops. I've been building 4 of them over the last week. Just take some time to get all of those built, and I was kind of tired of it, and there were 3 kind of lingering projects that I really hadn't finished, so I decided to take the day yesterday and finish those projects. I recorded everything, spent all day yesterday recording so I could make a video for you guys, and then somehow the files got deleted, and I tried to recover them, couldn't recover them, so here we are. So I thought today what I would do, I would start off by telling you and showing you what I did yesterday, and then there's a few things I want to start working on today, and I'll take you guys along with me on that. One of the 3 projects I worked on yesterday is actually over here by the gray barn, and that is this fence line here. So I put in a perimeter fence. This one goes from the gray barn down through the woods to the red barn, and then it kind of goes back over to where the pig paddock is. The reason I did this is because a couple weeks back, the dogs kept going further east on the property, crossing over the fence line that is the boundary of our property into the neighbor's property and accessing a creek. And the only way I could get them to stop doing that is by putting in a new fence boundary for them, and I electrified it and everything. So this fence line here all the way down to the red barn and then over to the pig paddock is actually electrified by the charger that I installed in the basement of the house. And up until this point, that's where it stopped. Well, this fence line continues on the other side of the barn here all the way down to the street, and then kind of parallels the street up to our driveway and over to the house. And this side of the barn was not electrified. So what I did yesterday was I put in an insulated galvanized metal direct burial line, and I went up, and you can probably see it up there on the wall. I went all the way over, and then I came down and actually went down the post here, and then down on the ground. I landscape stapled it down to the ground and connected it to this side of the fence. And I didn't connect it to those over there on the post because this is actually going to become a gate, and I wanted to make sure that when this gate was open that the electricity continued on through to that side of the barn. So that was project number 1. Let me take you to project number 2 that I worked on. Well, let's first check on the sheep and see how they're doing. I lost some footage of us setting up the last paddock over at the pond area and getting the sheep set up in that. So right now, that's what they're taking care of, is this last paddock here. So they actually have a pretty large section. I'll kind of walk the perimeter with you guys. Hi ladies, how we doing? So they have this whole area here. You couldn't even see through this stuff. Like right where the sheep are standing, it was just a barrier, just a wall you couldn't even see through. And so after, I think it's been 3 days now of them being in this area, you can actually start seeing some progress. They finished clearing at the edge of the pond. I put them in the paddock at the edge of the pond here, and they cleared pretty good here. We'll actually kind of mow all this stuff down later in the season when there's some vegetation that's gone away, because there's a yellow jacket nest over there that I just don't want to disturb. They're in this paddock here. You can see how thick it is. This is what it looked like up above where I was showing you couldn't even see through it. So they're making their way through here, and they'll be in here for probably at least another week or so. It's a pretty large area. Bye, ladies. You keep up the good work, okay? You keep up the good work. All right, let's go hop on the electric tricycle. That's what I'm using to get myself around these days. And I'll go show you one of the other projects I worked on yesterday. Hi, puppers. Hi, pupperoonies. I also remembered just now that I was filling up the water for the ducks, or for the geese, and I forgot to turn it off. Hi, shenanigans. Hi, shenanigans. Hi, shenanigans. Hi, girls. So we put the shenanigans in a paddock because they were just getting a little bit too destructive being free range geese. They were very curious and they like to put their beak on everything and just eat things, and they get really destructive, and they were becoming really annoying going underneath the RV all the time and pecking at things under the RV. So they're now no longer free range, they're in a paddock, and it seems that they're a lot calmer. So that's a good that's a good outcome for that. Yesterday, project number 2 was putting the chicken door, the automatic chicken door, in the wall so that way they could access the run that we built for them. We built this about a week ago and they haven't been able to access it, and now they can. So this is a battery powered solar charging unit that was pretty simple to install. All I did was made a quick frame for it out of 1x1 cedar, and then I went inside and I cut out the hardware cloth around the edges here, you can see, making sure to leave enough space to where there wasn't sharp edges on the inside of this. And this thing opens and closes at dusk and dawn all by itself. It actually has an what they call an anti-pinch feature, to where if it's kind of like a garage door, where if it detects that it is pinching something, it'll actually retract, go back up and close back again, letting the chicken out if it's pinching a chicken. It has a remote control, but you can also manually operate it here with these controls. So let's go take a look at the last project that I worked on yesterday, and then let's start on today's projects. All right, the third project that I worked on yesterday was finalizing this electric gate setup. So the first thing that I needed to do was support this post better. When we installed it, we didn't really notice how rotten this post was. And while it does hold the gate up, what happens is when it opens up, it's kind of bouncy. This Mighty Mule here, it also noticed that if it pinches something or if there's any sort of resistance to it, it'll actually stop operation, just so it doesn't, you know, smash something or pinch something. And so that's what was happening. As it was bouncing, it would stop. And so what I ended up doing was putting a cross brace, you can see there, from the bottom of that post to the top of this post here, and from this side here, did from the top of the post down to the ground for a little bit more stability. So it has some good stability going this way and a little bit more stability going this way. And now the gate opens a lot smoother and it doesn't bounce nearly as much. And then I also took the opportunity to finish up the wiring for the system, because I had the battery just sitting out in the open and a bunch of wire was just kind of laying and drooping down. So I ended up taking a ammo box battery inside of it, and this operates the this powers the Mighty Mule system. And I also extended antenna. So the antenna used to sit just right here, and I actually used their extension piece to bring the antenna up to here so we have better range on the clicker. This thing has a solar panel that it charges with, and so I ran the solar line over and just kind of buttoned it all up to make it look a lot nicer. So now we have better operation on the gate with this stuff in place. So let's take a look and see how this thing performs, and I'll show you how nice and smooth this thing works now. Still bounces a little bit, and that's because there's some play in this arm right there, but the whole post itself is a lot stronger. Okay, let's go start on today's projects. You just observing, watching me work? Good boy. You're the good boy. What about you, Mr. Winston boy? How you doing? Hi, Winston. Hello. Over the last few days, in the mornings as I'm doing chores, I noticed quite a bit of commotion happening up here where the 3 hoop coops are, where the meat birds and the Rhode Island red pullets, a couple roosters are up here. And this morning I looked over as they were making a ruckus, and I thought I saw like a falcon or a hawk, a larger bird of prey, coming out from the nest or the hoop area, the coop area here. I swore I saw something fly out and then go up. So I think what I want to do is I want to take a one of the Eufy security cameras that I have. This was out over by the metal coops on the other side of the property, and it was being used to watch for raccoons at night, but we haven't had raccoons for almost 2 months now, I would say. Maybe a month and a half, 2 months. So I'm going to repurpose this, and I'm going to put it on that tree over there and see if we can catch what's going on. But first, what I need to do is clear the tree. There's a bunch of poison ivy that's creeping up the tree and some sticks and stuff. So I'm going to take my hedge trimmer here and clear it off, and then mount the camera to see if we can capture some good footage. Okay, I can now mount the camera here. Don't strip the screw. Come on, no, it stripped the screw. Ah, darn it. God darn it. Okay, let me go get some different screws. It took me quite a while to find a screw, 2 screws actually, that would work for this, because they need to fit all the way into the hole. So that way, the cap that tightens up over this can screw in all the way. You know those days where you just, actually now 2 days, where things just don't go as planned? One's a Phillips head, the other one is flathead, but it will work. There we go, perfect. That one is probably enough. I'll go ahead and put the second one in. Okay, now this goes on like this. So the way that this works is there's a piece of rubber right here, pretty soft, and there's a ball, a metal ball in here, and this thing's kind of on a swivel. So this screws in really tight to press that metal ball into that rubber gasket. You can basically just hand tighten it, but you still want it to be pretty tight. All right. Oh, that's upside down. Okay, all right, come on, Nate, come on, you got this, come on. I want the solar panel to be at the top. Oh, come on, Nathan. Yeah, I'm glad I put in both screws. All right, make it brighter, there we go. All right, let me open up the app. Good, all right. If anything, I want it to point more this direction. Can actually get a pretty good view. I kind of want to go maybe up with it a little bit too. Loosen this. So I said I wanted to go up and over, right? About like that. Probably should have grabbed some pliers to tighten these things in, because my hand, come on, fly, go away. I'm getting annoyed. My hand strength apparently isn't very strong. I don't know. That's an okay view, but it's not the view that I want. I think I'm gonna go get some pliers, because I can't do this with my hands. Okay, I'll be back again. So these channel locks might be a little bit overkill, but the only thing I really had. I don't want to pinch them too much. Just want to hold it in place. Okay, and then there we go. All right, let's get the app back on. Get that a little tighter. I want that to go up. Yeah, about right there. Okay, should be about right. All right, let me walk over there and see. Okay. You know, those times where it is just not your day. Okay, I was gonna do a second project today, but I really think that I'm just gonna call it good for today. I got 3 things done yesterday, I got this 1 thing done today. I'm just gonna do some low level kind of stuff today, the rest of the day. So this is gonna end the video, and next video will be continuing on the hoop coops, and I think I have an idea on how to make an easy lift wheel system pretty cheap. So that's what I'm gonna kind of work on a little bit today, but I'm not gonna record. I'll give you guys an update on how that works. When I know it works, that'll be on the next video. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.